on YouTube, fam? It's your boy Tony 2 times, and we back with another episode of Hood Tales, man. Before I start, be sure to tap that like button. Definitely watch this video to the end to hear the full story and all the details in the case. For the day one, fam, y'all already know it's all love. Thanks for tuning back into another episode. If you're new to the channel and you feeling the content, feel free to subscribe. Definitely hit that notification bell so you can be notified every time we drop a new video. Let's get right into the story. When most of us are young, growing up with our loved ones, we all taught family is everything. Especially if you have siblings. You spend time with them. If y'all are close in age, you might go to the same schools or hang out in the same circle. But as time goes on, life has a way of changing things, and no one can predict the future. A matriarch in the family might pass away, like a grandmother, leaving close-knit families, sometimes drifting apart, or just life circumstances. You can have 4 siblings, brothers and sisters, that all grew up in the same home, but as they get older, they take different paths in life. 2 might go on to be successful. The other 2 might get caught up, whether it's the streets or just life hits them different. You don't judge, that's still your people's, as no family is perfect. If you are in a better position in life, you try to help them out, love them, and look out to the best of your ability. But sometimes a family member might be holding a grudge or feels like they are the black sheep and that everybody else owes them something. In them kind of situations, it's hard to convince someone who feels betrayed by the people they thought loved them the most, even if the betrayal is all in their heads. That can be even more worse and can turn a loved one to a threat. And on this episode of Hood Tales, we'll be taking it to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania to discuss a case of a man who targeted his family after his sister filed a protective order on him. Back in 2022, Meredith Green was a 29-year-old woman who was outgoing, beautiful, and ambitious. Early on, Meredith attended Harrisburg High School, where she ran track and joined the marching band, discovering she had a talent for playing multiple instruments. At the high school, she went to study finance at Central Penn College. But Meredith always had dreams and passion for acting and the stage. She entered the Barbizon modeling and acting school and graduated in July 2017. This will open up opportunities to travel and perform on big stages in places like New York, Orlando, and Philly. Fast forward back to 2022, Meredith was now a mother to 2 beautiful girls, ages 6 and 7, and in a relationship with their father and the love of her life, 28-year-old Tyler Thames. Tyler was an ambitious businessman who loved sports and church, being a co-owner of Making Moves PA, a junk removal and delivery company, also co-owner of Infinited Supplies. But most importantly, Tyler loved his daughters and Meredith so much he would propose to her back in 2021. With their love and commitment, the young couple was making big moves and going places. Meredith came from a close-knit family, and her mother, who was a former Harrisburg councilwoman, had a stroke earlier. Her and her sister Brittany decided they would take care of her in the family home they shared on Liberty Street. Meredith and the kids and Tyler had their own space. Brittany had her own space, and Mom Dukes. The sisters also had a brother, 31-year-old Gregory Green Jr. Gregory also was pitching in to take care of his mother. He had some prior issues and run-ins with the law for sexual assault charges back in 2016, being arrested and convicted, serving 4 years in prison. By 2022, he also was staying at the family's home. It seemed like everything was good and the siblings was getting along and taking care of their mother. But somewhere in the mix, tension would start. Gregory seemed to get aggressive, usually with his sister Brittany, to the point one day he allegedly put hands on her and choked her. She would call police to report the incident, but they claimed they didn't see any marks, so they let it go. Brittany would then file a protection from abuse order on Gregory, which this would lead to him being escorted from the family's home. but wouldn't stop him from quickly violating those orders. In January 2022, Meredith and Tyler focused on their girls and preparing for their big day. They didn't think anything about the situation, just typical family issues. Also, Brittany felt Gregory would get the picture and stay away. But after being arrested for violating the order, this frustrated the man. He was given a few months probation, then released from jail. Just 1 week later, in the early morning hours, on February 9th, 2022, Gregory decided he wanted revenge on his family. He stole a car before driving to the family's home about 6:40 a.m. and breaking in. He walked to Brittany's room before multiple shots went off. He then went to where Meredith was sleeping at. Scared, she jumped up as Gregory also shot her. She ran to her mother's room and locked the door. The girls and Tyler were in another part of the house. Gregory shot him multiple times before then turning his attention towards his own two nieces. Brittany was still downstairs, badly injured, shot in the face multiple times, but was able to run outside. And bleeding heavily, she flagged down police who was in the area serving an arrest warrant for somebody else. Back at the family's home, Gregory had ran out of bullets for the gun and grabbed a knife to try to finish the attack on his nieces. As he heard police outside the home, he made an escape in a stolen vehicle, a 2012 Dodge Charger, and fled the scene. As more police arrived to the family's home, they rushed Brittany to a local hospital, also the baby girls, as they were sliced multiple times. Meredith was able to lock her mother's door, possibly stopping her brother from shooting her, but unfortunately, Meredith herself had passed away from her injuries. Upstairs, Tyler was also unfortunately pronounced gone. Their daughters talked to police at the hospital and were able to tell detectives it was their uncle who attacked the family. As fortunately, even though hurt, the two little girls and Brittany survived the attack. Police got a hit of someone matching the description of Gregory, driving the Charger in a nearby location. A chase started as he hit an officer and then a school bus full of kids. That's where the chase stopped, and Gregory was taken into custody, charged with 2 counts of first-degree hit, 3 counts of attempted hit, home invasion, and theft. As the community was in shock, family and friends of the young couple couldn't believe they were gone. But also, now the 2 sisters, who mother and father dedicated their lives to them, will have to go on without them. A GoFundMe was started for the girls to help the family support them. Brittany felt Meredith saved their mother's life by running in her room after being shot and locking the door. She also believed if Gregory didn't run out of bullets, he would have took the life of his nieces as well. As the case started making its way to trial, Gregory's mental health became the topic. If he was in his right state of mind or able to stand trial at all. It was argued Gregory was mad that his sister put a protective order on him and that he couldn't visit the house. Then after being arrested, after he violated the order, targeted his family just 4 days later. Eventually, Gregory entered a plea of guilty but mentally ill on all charges to avoid the death penalty. He was sentenced to double life plus 21.5 to 45 years in prison. Rest in peace to Meredith and Tyler. I send my deepest prayers and condolences to the family, especially they 2 little girls who had to see their own uncle do that to their parents, then try to also get rid of them. I pray they can heal from their trauma. The couple had plans on getting married and relocating to Atlanta so Meredith could continue her acting career. I know Brittany lives with the hurt and pain that her brother shattered their life forever. Hopefully she can heal as well and understand she was just trying to protect herself and her peoples. Gregory seemed to go on a rampage once he felt the family turned on him. And instead of accepting the consequences of his own actions, he inflicted his pain and misery on the same people who was trying to be there for him, forever leaving the family to suffer with his emotional actions. Now your nieces lost both their parents because you, as a grown man, was mad. So remember, we gotta succeed not to fail, so we won't be just another hood tale. Man, crazy story. Rest in peace to Meredith and Tyler. I definitely send my prayers to them girls, and definitely her sister too, because she also was hit multiple times and she had to run out and get the police for help. The police was already on the block. That's what probably saved her niece's life, because she was able to get their attention, and when they came back to the house, they heard them inside still screaming. Then the brother got away. But yeah, man, let me know what y'all think about this situation in the comments. Definitely be respectful. That's another episode of The Hood Tales. It's your boy Tony 2 times. I appreciate you if you made it to the end. Love, fam. I'm out.